My name is Shuping Mangwachape Molatwa. I'm Tswana. I was born in Mafikeng. I grew up, most of my life was spent in Pretoria, so between Pretoria and Mafikeng, somewhere between the lines. I feel like I went through a lot of phases, and but for the most part is what the dance did for me. And the feel good comes from the music. It comes from the dance. Yeah, man. Growing up was interesting because for the most part, what I was interested in was football and athletics. The track and field life.
I can see you, yeah.
Very much football orientated. Still very much passionate about football. So yeah, man, it was around those areas. Like when it came to sports and artistic things, I was really
very passionate about it.
It. Academically, wasn't so focused on that. Even though I do have my pros and the cons when it comes to academics, but yeah, like I was really more focused on the arts and the sports side of things when I was growing up. Ironically, I ended up here, and I feel like there's a stubbornness about myself that has carried throughout my life.
Which is a good thing, kind of, because I mean, it pushed you to keep on going into.
Yeah, it did. You know, you step on some toes.
Yeah.
You know, family can be demanding.
Course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want to see you progress.
Exactly.
And
I think it's hard to accept. Yeah.
It's hard to accept when you grow up. You do realize that you could have done some things differently as well. And but still, I am where I am today.
Yeah.
I take pride in what I do.
But yeah, Mr Feelgood. Yeah. Tell me that name. How did you get that? Because I don't know. I mean, it changed recently. How did you get that name?
I feel like I went through a lot of phases.
Okay.
And but for the most part is what the dance did for me.
Sure.
And the feel good comes from the music. It comes from the dance. So it's just changing the name because it was Shuba Pop at some stage, and I was Shups at some stage as well.
Yeah, get that Shups. Get that Shups
and all the flavors, lemonade, whatever, granadilla. It was endless. But like when I got to Shuba Feel Good, it resonated with who I wanted to become as a dancer, as an entertainer. Wasn't necessarily about where I was at that point in time of my life. You know, we go through hard times, it was a proclamation of sort. It was a prophecy over my life that I spoke. So it was about to feel good, man.
And you know what? I feel good when I watch you. I remember watching you the first time when I started out. You were in the finals. Just think about it. When I started out, you were in the finals. When my first comp, I didn't know what popping was. You were in the finals, I think, with Super at SA Cup. And I was like, you're this guy. Because I remember you did this thing with it's a mirror vibe.
Yeah,
it's like
the mime.
I was like, whoa. How is this? How is there like something there? Because I couldn't see. I don't know. But what sparked or what inspired you? Who did you see for the first time, or what inspired you to go into popping?
Look, you know what? In the beginning, I was very much crew orientated because I was born from the You Got Served era. But before the You Got Served, our inspirations was Usher, was MJ, it was Genuine, with the music. So when I got into the dancing, like I really started becoming a little bit more with the hip hop side of things. It was a lot more choreography based, crew stuff. And the first time I broke out as myself, I was actually forced into the deep end by Andre Khaled because I was at his studio, teaching at his studio at the time in well, from 2008 I was teaching, but in 2009 he literally told me that, yo, if you do not enter a certain competition, you will not be allowed to teach at my studio or use the facility. I had to look. I didn't know that. I didn't know what I was going into. It was uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable.
Of course, out of the comfort zone.
Yeah. So when my first solo really competition was HHI Hip Hop International SA, the qualifiers to compete in Vegas for popping. So I entered that, came top 3 in SA.
First comp.
Yeah, that was the first time. 2009 was the first time as a soloist.
Do you understand,
that I
guys?
competed.
Do you understand? Are you with me? First comp, top 3. First comp for me, not even make it through.
Yeah.
You wait your turn. Anyway, yes, so
Look,
you made it.
Like with that, before we move on.
But it's so cool though. It's so cool because everyone's story is different. Everyone's journey is different, you know. So it's so cool because it shows. But I mean, you're very grounded. Maybe you had the potential already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I believe I did. I still have more. I still have more to give. So yeah, man.
You made top 3 then, But did you? When was the first time that you went over? I mean, you went over twice.
Yes, I went over twice. The first time was in 2009, and the second time was in 2010.
Wow.
2009 was just a heavy learning process because
it's a lot of information.
It was like going there. It was let me get out there or whatever. But once I got there, like it was just a different vibe to what we have here, man. Like I feel the culture was different. It was more established rather than it being different. And you get to see pioneers just chilling, like people who actually started pushing the dance scene. Natasha Jean Bart, she was one of MJ's choreographers. She was one of the directors for HHI at the time. Tyrone Proctor, the man who pretty much started whacking, and there was just those kind of people I was chilling with, and they saw what I wanted to do and they realized I wasn't doing it. And in that moment, I was just pointed to the right directions.
Sure. So they basically showed you to go.
Yeah, they were just like, go spend time with that person, go spend time with that person. And like my first experience in Vegas, it wasn't much of a holiday.
No, I get you.
There was a lot of ciphering. It was a lot of taking in.
Yes.
It was just different. It was different, and I did quite a lot in terms of just interacting with the people that I needed to interact with. And skip to all of that, I realized that I really need to reevaluate what I was doing at the time.
It changes the whole mindset, right?
Yeah.
And how you need to train and what you need to look at on your body.
Yeah, so even then, like, I still feel like there was more that needed to be invested. And so Skip, after all of that, came back home, started training again, started getting into like really doing some research about popping, boogaloo, the guys who started popping, the guys who started the boogaloo movement.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I did research on that, and I realized, like, yo, good grief, we lack so much here, but we do have resources now that allow us to, not necessarily interact with with the pioneers, but somehow try to draw information.
That's right, yeah.
And skip to 2010. 2010, I came second in the domestic qualifiers, and I went to Vegas again that year. We qualified with the crew Elmatic as well. That year, we came fourth here. The crew that came third did not go, so
you guys got to go.
We got to go, and it was amazing because now I'm going with the team.
Yo, that's so dope.
Like
you feel stronger when you're with the team as well.
You feel it's a different kind of ball game. Like, I feel like if you go alone, like, you need to have a certain level of confidence
and the mindset.
When you have a team, it's really awesome. It's wonderful.
Yo.
It's wonderful to have. The support was great.
Amazing.
Even though, like, there were moments when we were in Vegas that I didn't see them because I was literally getting mentored at that time.
Wow.
It was just grind. Like, I'd wake up in the morning, I'd train. There's a guy, Alex Mechanical, a guy from the UK.
Sure.
I was spending a lot of time with him.
That's brilliant. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
When you're over there, it's like there's no time to chill.
Yeah.
You need to get the information.
You gotta sponge. You gotta sponge, man.
Yo.
So I spent time with him, and like, just there was just things that he was just showing me, and I was just like it was so much information. Once again, it was so much information at the time. I didn't process it fast enough.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
When the information is so much, it's like give me a year. Alright, for me, give me 6 months or a year. Let me just get it.
Know, and you know what's funny? Like there were things that he said at that time that I only got.
Yes.
I think it was like 4 months later that I realized. I'm like, oh goodness, that's what he meant.
Same with popping Pete with me. When he said, I was like, it was too much.
Yeah.
After at home, once you're in your own space, you get to, then it's like it gets. Oh, is that? Oh.
Yeah. That's, which is that's an awesome feeling. I'll never forget that feeling.
Sure,
and I was just like, whoa.
It's worth it.
Yeah. So, so Vegas.
And then you competed there, obviously.
I competed there. I ended up, I reached the quarterfinal section at the time.
That is what I wanted you to say. I was like, say yeah.
Quarterfinals.
That is the levels, bro. Because I know when we were like 250 people, there was no way. Because the people that's in the categories are heavy hitters, like you said, you know. So that is amazing. Big congratulations, because you made history in my eyes for South Africa.
Yeah. Like, look, I feel like even though there was still more to give.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's not.
But you made the best of it, you know what I mean? You made the best of it. Yeah, you did. You made the best of it.
Kiel het op 'n ruimte. Daai skielik soos cricket laat ek jou mind slip. Maar binne stop, jou kop draai, but ek skop 'n gat in jou kop, dan het sy open-minded. Verniet geniet dit, hier sit soos 'n wise grip. Wise up, ek het jou binne in 'n tight grip. In spiele sien ek die illes wat die fire spit. Unsigned hype number 1 times dissect. Ek weet sy wie dit, sien dat niemand deny dit. Rappers op die met ziel op to cream en het arrive it. I'm alive, wek, ziel op die sidestep. Drive met wiele, hokke, names, dice rip. Militant minded, vanaf die begin is ek in het. Sit het binne, kan jou spin het en rewind it. Ek sign binne, kan jou mind kennis find it. Ek define rip jou mic sikken as ek rhymes swit. My line sit jou high op 'n skyline tip. Ek grind rhymes in jou spine, listen, dice private. My scientifical side is baie typical. Win a physical fight, lyrical try or miracles. To perform in die side, my style is clinical. My brainstorm rip mics en die is difficult. Kambisat, sy makie stamina kazilang. Ek ran die land soos 'n Malian. Taliban cruise, gaan die man sloe. Aan die brand soos Kalahari Sandro. Kambisat, sy makie stamina kazilang. Ek ran die land soos 'n Malian. Taliban cruise, gaan die man sloe. Aan die brand soos Kalahari Sandro. Ek is Suid-Afrika, straight Afrikaans kyk. Verby Grassy Park, jy's van die Kaap sy. Alles uit as ek dans, jy kan nie staan wyd. Dis die Cape wat ek kan smyt, laat die baan breek. Gebruik maar die chance, dyk saam die saak steek. Maak jou lyk gazilam, jy vang die sound uit. Meditate, ek is altyd op die round uit. Die flow bitter as cream, don't worry, I'll wait. Want my style is wild, ek smyt het. Ek bly smile, ek kry files en na je lyk dit. Kyk na, hulle het my like oorlaai met hatred. Wil my battle, na sy vir 8 mile gekyk het. For God's sake, laat inderdaad bysit. Ginnegaap, in het zaak, bring het dan duidelijk. Baie dankie, that's my number 1 favorite. Baie funky, bring het in en dan fade it. Diamond is a legend, meneer. Suk. Gevaarlijk. Kambisat, sy makie stamina kazilang. Ek ran die land soos 'n Malian. Taliban cruise, gaan die man sloe. Aan die brand soos Kalahari Sandro. Kambisat, sy makie stamina kazilang. Ek ran die land soos 'n Malian. Taliban cruise, gaan die man sloe. Aan die brand soos Kalahari Sandro.
then let's talk about the scenes. The scene in Joburg.
Yeah.
Versus the scene in Cape Town, dance-wise.
You know, like I feel like Cape Town is more like an Arab part of our country. It feels different. Just the vibe is different. The air is different. The people are different. It's a special place. It's a special place because to a degree, with the first time I went to Cape Town, I had guys with me there, or I was invited by Sipo and Shami and Terry and Bucks. We spent some time, got to chill, you know, jam and stuff. It was cool. It was cool because I got to meet new people. You know what I'm saying? Just like really draw from Cape Town, man, from a different scene. You know what I'm saying? For a good while, it was good. I was there. I was traveling. You know what I'm saying? So it was fun.
Sure,
it was fun. I got to meet you in the process. I got to meet. So
but it's cool, And Joe versus Joe. But what would you say the differences between?
You know what? Like in terms of opportunity, Joburg does have more opportunity. So a lot of the Joburg people, for me, they caught up in the gig life. So it's a lot more gigging and stuff. For the most part. But in recent years, I'll probably say in the past 3 years, things they started to become a little bit more of a balance. The competitive side of things started to become a little bit more intense. It's intensified. Last year was probably the most intense that we had. And
so
people
cool.
are coming up with great concepts for events and stuff.
People are creating new ideas.
So on that side, in terms of culture, in terms of community, it's starting to grow. It's starting to grow.
Which is dope.
A lot of kids are starting to be a little bit more free with the dance. You know what I'm saying? It's not fixated on you need to dance like this. You need to, you know what I'm saying?
It's free to be them.
Yeah, like they start to identify themselves in the dance and the scene in the community. So that is cool. The gig life is still going on. It'll never stop.
It's a business world. Joburg is business.
There's a lot of opportunity here. So yeah, man. Like I didn't really get much of that when I was in Cape Town because I was about the people, man. I was just really interacting.
But it
with
is
people.
true what you're saying. It's so true. Like what I wanted to ask you when it comes to battles, what do you take from the no's, from the losses when you battle? What do you take away from those experiences?
Those experiences is that if I will take it, let me use racing as an analogy. I can't win by 10 miles or 10 kilometers. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
If we're traveling, if we're going to Cape Town, I need to be 100 Ks ahead of you. Kind of thing. So it's just because of the pressures, man. I developed that kind of mentality, and I developed the thing of be relentless, man. Stand up for what you believe in.
Thank you.
Because at the end of the day, like, as much as I'd like to just do my own thing, whatever that means, it's popping, man. There are people that started the style. I'm submitting
it's bigger than just
to a vision that somebody had. You know what I'm saying? That is recognized globally, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like football has rules. You get what I'm saying? It has a community. It has a system, man, that people play by. You get what I'm saying? If everybody just wanted to do what they wanted, then there would not be, you know,
there's no structure.
Structure. You know, and so it's one of those things. Like for me, yo, man, even if I'm by myself facing a whole squad, I need to be strong enough I need to have the strength of a 1,000 or a legion to be able to take out whatever
and
5 guys.
That's the mentality that you need to have. That's the mentality that you need to have, which I love. And as a judge, what do you look at when it comes to competitions and you judge? What do you look at?
Look, especially when it comes to popping because a lot of things are happening in split seconds.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
It's very quickly.
You're grooving and you're popping, you're tensing muscles and you have a style. So at least 3 of those things are happening while you're popping.
I hear you.
And the how you put them together needs to be smooth. It needs to connect.
I know what you mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It mustn't look like, for me, it shouldn't look like it's stuff that is like scattered.
Yes.
Everything needs to be closely knit.
I get you.
Because you tend to, maybe your groove is right,
yes,
but your technique is out the window.
I hear you.
And you know what I'm saying? Your style is not, I don't know, like it's not clear what you're doing. I can see that you have an idea, but to me it's not clear. You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
And I'm not saying dance like I'm dancing.
I know.
It's just what you're doing. Make sure it's precise. Make sure it has conviction. Wow. You know, and so that's like just some of the things that I look at.
That's well said. Yeah.
And also like the beautiful thing about popping is that popping, it has textures. It's got variations.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So there's so much with one thing that you're doing that you can do.
You can use one thing and just go through with that one thing.
Yeah, and it's just like, and in between all of that, you're adding other stuff.
Yes.
So like your creativity levels, like it blows
Popping
your mind
really
what you can do with it. It's terrifying, the mere fact that there's a lot going on, and whatever you're doing needs to be quality, man.
Yes.
It needs to be on point.
Got
So
you.
that's why I love popping, because you can do.
What do you think needs to change in order for the popping scene to grow?
Guys, for the most part of SA, guys need to get with the program of what is happening out there. We need to realize that popping is not a South African thing. So we can't be out here making our own rules.
Yeah.
There are people who they dug in, man. They came up with the style. They developed the style. They incorporated things from other styles to develop and make this thing work and make it what it is, in terms of quality of showcasing, quality of battling. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, the information part of it, what is filtered into our community in South Africa needs to be corrected. The content is not always correct. The people, egos need to be put aside. Even if you don't like a person or whatever, listen to what the person who's actually pushing the game is saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Because actions will show. Like, you know what I mean? This person has been doing it, and you can learn from them.
It's hard, you know what I'm saying? Because like I keep on telling people, like I've identified the people for me who are closest, who do certain things better than me, and I feel like the reason why I can push myself to a point is that even if I'm not doing that specific thing as good as they doing it, I'll be close enough. But what I do will obviously be better.
But you're open to wanting to learn.
Yeah, so like for me, I'm just